Whoever created the tradition of not seeing the bride in the wedding dress beforehand saved countless husbands everywhere from hours of dress shopping and will forever be a hero to all men. When you're a kid, you don't realize you're also watching your mom and dad grow up. Anxiety is like when video game combat music is playing but you can't find any enemies. Being able to do well in high school without having to put in much effort is actually a big disadvantage later in life. Girls don't compliment guys because they're likely to take it non-platonically. Guys take it non-platonically because it happens so infrequently, they don't know how to handle it. 11 babies have been born in Antarctica, and none of them died as infants, meaning Antarctica has the lowest infant mortality rate at 0%. College students don't want to go to graduation ceremonies, but they go to please their relatives, while relatives don't want to go, but go to support the students. We should all just be honest and skip that ceremony and go out for pizza. Apparently, a lemon is not naturally occurring and is a hybrid developed by crossbreeding a bitter orange and a citron. Life never gave us lemons, we invented them all by ourselves. Being 35 and not wanting to work in the field for which you've prepared is like being halfway through an RPG and realizing you've built out your skill tree all wrong and you can't respec and you can't make a new character, and there will never be another video game again. It kinda makes sense that the target audience for fidget spinners lost interest in them so quickly. Since there are 3,600 seconds in an hour, and most people make less than $36 per hour, their time is worth less than a penny per second. It's literally worth your time to pick up a penny from the ground. Security at every level of an airport is absolutely ridiculous, until you get to the baggage claim. Then it's just like take whatever bag you want. Avatar, the highest grossing film of all time, seems to have made zero impact on culture. No one references the movie and no one really talks about it since it was released 10 years ago. In the anime, Ash Ketchum was supposed to be a huge Pokemon fan before he left on his journey, but every time he sees any kind of Pokemon, he has to pull out his Pokédex because he doesn't know what it is. Ash Ketchum was a poser before he left on his journey. This spring forward thing would be a lot more popular if we moved the clocks ahead at 2 PM on Monday. The syllables in "on your mark, get set, go" are a countdown. The spiders that live in Buckingham Palace now are probably the descendants of the spiders that lived there during Victorian times. It's a whole parallel royal family, but with spiders. The internet both almost killed off the postal service with email, and then made it more needed than ever with online delivery. One of the most frustrating feelings in the world is being smart enough to know there's a better way to do something, but not smart enough to invent a way to do it. Google Earth is one of the most incredible things ever created by man, but is taken for granted as if it was nothing. Watching a graduation ceremony is like sitting through a movie that entirely ends credits. It must suck to be an air conditioner repairman. You spend your day working in buildings that have no air conditioning. When it's fixed and finally cool, you leave. It must suck to be an air conditioner repairman. You spend your day working in buildings that have no air conditioning. When it's fixed and finally cool, you leave. The first person who inhaled helium must have been so relieved when the effects wore off. When people brokenly speak a second language, they sound less intelligent but are actually more knowledgeable than most for being able to speak a second language at all. Sunny D tests like someone made a bet that they could make orange juice without oranges. The tallest person in the world has physically experienced being the exact height of every other person in the world at some point.